Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out my final presentation for our Management 605 class. My name is Lamont DeWint. For this presentation, I chose to focus on AutoNation, which is a company I worked for over a decade. In this presentation, I'll be addressing where they struggled most in my eyes, and that was the area of management quality. And I'll be discussing how that ties to larger issues like culture, structure, and leadership. We'll also walk through Kotter's change model and what I've learned from both experience and our MBA coursework. AutoNation is one of the biggest automotive retailers in the country. They operate hundreds of dealerships and have thousands of employees across the United States. I worked for them for 11 years, so I've seen both the strengths and flaws of how the organization is run. I even worked for them on the corporate side. While the stores themselves are run well on a day-to-day basis, the real problem stem from how the upper management and corporate leadership is handles the store level, particularly when it comes to how associates at the store level are treated and how the culture is shaped from the top down. Here's the real issue. Associates don't feel like leadership actually cares or values them. There's a major disconnect between what the company says it values and how upper leadership behaves. Store level employees often feel like they're just being pushed to hit numbers, while their well being development are an afterthought. I myself can speak for that towards the tail end of my career there. This isn't just a perception problem, it's something that plays out with how people engage with their work every single day for the company. When you don't feel valued, you disengage. That's exactly what's happening. There's high turnover, low morale, and a toxic environment in stores where leadership fails to lead with empathy. This isn't just bad for employees, it's bad for business. As Griffin et al. Pointed out, a lack of people focused leadership directly affects job satisfaction and retention. When culture suffers, so does performance. If they don't make changes, the fall is only going to get worse. The company will keep losing top talent, new hires won't stay, and over time, that hurts customer experience and profit. It's not just about being quote unquote nice, this is about sustainability. Organizations that don't invest in culture and leadership eventually pay the price in performance and reputation. The structure at the individual store level actually works very well. Each store has general manager that oversees both the sales and service departments. And beneath them, you have sales managers, general sales managers, finance directors, service lane managers that oversee each group or each individual department. The issue stems from when you get above the store level, the connection falls apart. Market leaders and corporate executives oftentimes don't spend adequate amount of times in the stores speaking with the people and seeing how the individuals work on a day to day. Instead, they rely on conference calls and utilize a lot of reporting to dictate how the business is being ran and if it's being successful. That's where the breakdown in culture and leadership tends to happen. That disconnect can lead to problems with effectiveness. When leadership is only seen or heard through metrics and mandates, employees stop feeling like they're a part of a team. They feel like they're just a number on a spreadsheet. That makes it really hard to build trust or maintain engagement, especially when people are expected to perform without feeling supported as well as not feeling understood. From a conscious capitalism standpoint, AutoNation misses the mark. While some stores and managers truly care and lead with integrity, the company as a whole doesn't promote stakeholder orientation. They don't consistently support employees' well-being, and there's very little emphasis on community or purpose-driven leadership. Mackey and Sasota argue that real conscious companies lead with values. While AutoNation does participate in like breast cancer walks and breast cancer awareness things, a lot of employees will feel or say that they don't feel like they fully embrace the mindset of being a consciously ran company. To fix this, I'd be utilizing Kotter's 8-step model. First, we would need to create urgency. Turnover and culture issues are costing the company both employees and profits. We would then form a coalition of respected store level leaders who believe in people first leadership. We then craft a vision centered on employee engagement and communicate that vision consistently. We empower local leaders, celebrate quick wins like improve engagement scores, and use that momentum to scale change across the organization. Now, of course, like with anything, there are going to be challenges. Some executives and market leaders won't see the value in these changes. Many of them are used to short term thinking and management through numbers. There is also going to be an ego factor. Some leaders who get to that level may not take kindly to being told that they're out of touch. Cameron and Green remind us that lasting change requires leadership to let go of control and actually listen to the people they lead. To work around these challenges, I start by showing how employee engagement improves performance. You can't argue with data. We also need to train execs on emotional intelligence, just like we train them on compliance or operations. And I launch these changes in a few top performing stores first, and then those results to push broader buy in. For this change to stick, we need to realign subsystems. Leadership development should include empathy and servant leadership. Performance reviews should reflect how well managers build culture, not just how many cars that they sell. HR should also prioritize emotional intelligence when hiring as well as promoting. And internal communication has to shift from one-way commands to real conversations. While metrics and performance, particularly in business, are important, understanding how employees feel and what they feel is lacking with the company is also just as important. From this experience and from our MBA coursework, I've learned that you can't just focus on the numbers. Great leaders build trust, show up for their people, and lead with empathy. Structure matters, but culture drives everything. Going forward, I'll prioritize visibility, values-based leadership, and communication that builds connection. It's not just about managing, it's about inspiring and supporting the people that you lead. I'd like to thank you for seeing my presentation. Final page is just a list of the academic references I used to support this presentation. They help bridge my experience as well as the theories and some of the different frameworks that we studied in this class. Thank you.